Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Thursday, December 27th. Hope you're holding strong in this crypto market as 2019 is gearing up to be a very big year with major launches that are scheduled, confirmed as well. And I do have some positive news to share with you guys. And first, I did want to start with the markets here, looking at the charts. As I said, and before I go further, this is not financial or investment advice, but as I've been stating over the past week or so in my videos, that we had to let this rally, this mini rally that we saw, be tested, right? Let it play out, because as I mentioned, could be a short squeeze, a bull trap, and it looks like we're having a big pullback here. And some folks are saying, Bitcoin could retest that 3,000 support level. So we'll see. We can't predict the future here. I mean, sure, we can look at some of the technical analysis and some of the movements and trends, but at the end of the day, as I've been saying, it's very easy in this young market for whales to manipulate it as well. So we have to let things play out. But 2019, as I said, is gearing up to be a very big year with big launches. So I'm looking forward to that, and it doesn't matter if nothing happens by the end of next week or whatever, right? It's everyone's in holiday mode, and the New Year is coming up. We just had Christmas, so I'm looking forward to January, later January, when we have some of the launches that are scheduled. But as I stated before, BACT could be postponed because they are waiting on the CFTC approval, and the government shutdown is happening in the United States, so they're all not going to be working. Also, the Bitcoin ETF review final date will be February 27th by the SEC to be reviewed by the SEC, VanEck and CBOE and SolidX. So let's see what happens. But all I know is I'm on the right side of this, because if Fidelity, BACT, TD Ameritrade, all these major corporate giants are getting into crypto, I know they are not doing this for fun or for a hobby. They're here to make money. They're going to get an ROI, and we just have to be patient and let them market the services and build out the services, and let the government go ahead and get some of these things passed, like the Token Taxonomy Act. Hopefully Congress can get that done in January or February. We'll see. With the government shutdown, might delay everything. So on that note, I did want to ask you guys to retweet this. So right now it has 117 retweets and 271 likes. It's a tweet to Donald Trump. So all politics aside, this is not about politics, but more of, we need the person in that position, that office position, to help push crypto and blockchain. And I tweeted about this and highlighted the Token Taxonomy Act. So if you can, guys, I'm going to put a link in the description to this tweet. Please retweet and like. The president, as you know, Donald Trump, he is on Twitter and he is active. So if we can get his attention, I know, we've done this type of activity before, for example, with Binance and different, companies, and asking them what are they doing, and we've gotten responses. I think it's worth a try. Why not? It doesn't cost you anything. It takes 2 seconds to like and retweet. But if we can get this up and get the attention, I think it's worth the effort. Once again, all politics aside, this is not about Democrat or Republican or Donald Trump per se. It's about the office and trying to get the attention of that person in that position. So please, if you can, link in the description. Moving ahead, we got some news today, guys. We got some XRP Ripple news here. Shout out to eCent. He retweeted this. So someone asked InstaREM, are you guys going to be using xRapid, XRP, or when? Actually, they did confirm, I think a few days ago, that they will be using xRapid. They're prepping. So I think someone asked, what's the timeline? And the co-founder and CEO of InstaREM, Ledger Nano, said here, we will pilot XRP by early Q2, either USD to the Mexican, or I hope that's what that is. I apologize, guys. The Philippines pesos. Yeah. Okay. Mexican or Philippine pesos. I think that's what it is. So that is coming straight from the horse's mouth, and good sign. We're seeing more and more companies, like I said, getting ready to go live on xRapid. And here's what he said in his tweet. Well, hey, that's fun. InstaREM on the way. with XRP pilots in 2019, along with a variety of other great features that they plan on launching. Great company out of Singapore who is busy pushing the startup and fintech ecosystem forward. So confirm, guys, they will be piloting it, and we know there's many other companies who have already piloted and waiting to go live. So that takes me to my next point, because I saw comments in my last video and videos before, people saying, Ripple's running the biggest scam ever. No one will, they come bringing up the FUD again. But what they don't realize, a lot of these people some may be new to the market, some are just ignorant and don't want to take the time to research, and they just want to spread FUD. So let me play a clip here so you guys can hear it for yourself. The recent Ripple drop video released yesterday, December 26, where Asheesh Birla clearly outlines what is the reason why some of these banks haven't gone live, and we've been talking about it. It's regulatory clarity. That's why I'm saying please retweet this, because the Token Taxonomy Act and a lot of these bills will help bring regulatory clarity so that Ripple and many other crypto companies can move ahead with launching services. The problem is banks are not going to touch XRP until they have the regulatory clarity. Now, the Mexican Philippines pesos corridor is okay, and he talks about that. They don't have a problem there. The problem is, these other corridors where they're waiting for the clarity, and a lot of it comes out of the US. So let me play it here for you guys.
We wanted to make all the products work better with each other. And what I mean by that is XCurrent, the product that we've been outselling in the market for now 3+ years, we made that work with xRapid. And why that's such a big deal is because you don't need to have the expensive capital tied up in Mexico. You can use xRapid for on-demand liquidity, instantly sourcing liquidity and delivering your payment into Mexico. One of the really exciting things about xRapid is that not only did we get the product launched technically, but we got it live in Mexico and we got it live in the Philippines as well. What does 2019 look like? We want to bring xRapid to more corridors. We're looking at what specific corridors have regulatory clarity that we need, but also
we're looking at what specific corridors have regulatory clarity that we need. This is why some of you, even in Brad Garlinghouse AMA, some people are saying, oh, he looked disappointed. I think he was a little bit, because he didn't have the regulatory clarity that we're all waiting for. And then you notice he said they're live in Mexico and in Philippines. And then, you have your Catalyst Federal Credit Union, your Mercury FX and so forth are live. But those corridors are not high volume, and those companies are not pushing high volumes. Now, if you're talking about a MoneyGram or Western Union, that's a different story. Now, at the end of the day, those are not banks. They're payment and service providers. So that is what is holding this whole thing up. Regulatory clarity. And that's why he called it out right there. You heard it from him. We're looking for the corridors that have the regulatory clarity. If there was no need for that regulatory clarity, they would have launched a whole bunch of companies already going and moving money. But that's why, like I said, we got to be patient, and that's why I'm pushing for you guys to retweet this. Let's at least try something. And I know the government shutdown is not helping, but hey, look, we can push this and show that people are behind it, and let's hope they move quickly in Q1. So I hope you got that, guys. xRapid is live, and there's 3 companies, but they're smaller corridors, smaller companies. There's big banks that are going to use xRapid, but they're not going to touch it until the regulatory clarity. That's why a lot of them haven't gone live yet. So I hope you get that, and I hope this addresses some of the confusion and also the FUDsters and the people who are new to the market. But it's coming, and that's why even the Bitcoin people, and look, I hold Bitcoin, but I'm talking about like the Bitcoin maximalists and so forth. Everybody's waiting for an ETF as well, but the regulatory framework and the SEC is dragging their feet. The SEC is probably dragging their feet a bit, because they don't want to put in the work. They just want to align everything with the current securities laws, but that's not going to work for digital assets or cryptos. So that's why this Token Taxonomy Act is so important. So hope you guys get that. Now, shout out to Jack the Rippler here. Visa, guys, we got some big news here. Visa will buy British payments firm Earthport for $198 million. Oh, excuse me, euros, 198 million euros. So they will be making this purchase. So this is a big acquisition, guys. But the important takeaway here is who is currently partnered with Ripple? That's right, Earthport. And let me move my video out the way here so you guys can see this. As you can see here, obviously they're partnered with Swift as well, but they are Ripple partners. So this obviously expands Ripple's network. So definitely big. Also here on Ripple's website, they've talked about Earthport before, about Earthport launches distributed ledger hub. So going back, this is from blog post is I think it's from 2016, where this partnership's been around for a while. So this, let's see, Ripple partner Earthport has announced the launch of an API that makes banks' connection to Ripple for cross-border payments more convenient and accessible for smaller institutions. This solution was developed for banks that want to want the benefit of the speed and certainty of the Ripple network, but must overcome the limitations of legacy technology or compliance issues with Earthport's help. So I think many of us knew about this partnership, so that's why the acquisition by Visa is big, increasing. It's kind of like an indirect relationship now with Visa. So great news, like I said, if you're holding XRP, and we just got to be patient, guys. I think the regulatory clarity, like I said, is holding up a lot. Now, speaking of Asheesh Birla of Ripple, he did publish a blog post here on Coindesk talking about the year blockchain begins finances great unbundling 2019. So he's talking about essentially blockchain technology disrupting finance and fintech technology, guys. So I'm not going to go through everything here. You guys can obviously go read about it, but you know, he's highlighting what's going to happen, and he gave examples of how like Netflix and Amazon disrupted the existing industries, and this is what's going to happen for fintech, but also other industries. Blockchain itself is just going to disrupt a lot of industries, and then crypto as itself will do that as also. So just want to let you know that this is out here. So it looks like the Ripple team is pushing some marketing. Now moving ahead, PricewaterhouseCoopers, excuse me. So we've talked a bit about them before. We got some news from one of the guys there. So they are very big. Some of you who are in the business world may have heard of them, but they are an audit and assurance and consulting and tax services for enterprises, essentially. So they work with big companies. And PricewaterhouseCoopers crypto lead expects exciting things in 2019. So the fact that we're hearing it from someone at this level of a company and enterprise is big, right? So let me give you the details. While naysayers may think differently, PricewaterhouseCoopers Asia's fintech and crypto leader Henri Arslanian claims in his interview for Bloomberg, exciting things are ahead in 2019. And we know about all the major launches in 2019, guys. While the collapse of the Bitcoin bubble is terrible news, such ups and downs are natural and will allow the industry to grow, noted Arslanian. He said, this has, and I quote, cleared a lot of the noise for the sector and will provide fertile ground for companies to evolve in unexpected ways. This refers especially to ICOs who ICOs who create and collect assets in crypto. Those who haven't hedged or moved their assets to cash, a move which might have lost them as much as 90% of their value if they made the wrong bet at the wrong time, are probably hurting right now. So let's see what else he says here. He says, everything points towards stability. As the institutional players enter the space, they will bring new institutional expertise and experience for the sector. They will help the crypto industry by launching new solutions, partnering with crypto companies, or investing in crypto solutions. What have we been talking about? Next year, the institutional money will lead the rally for this market. What are they going to do? As we've been talking about, they have to market their services. You think Fidelity is just going to launch and sit quietly, right? Backed as well. You think they're just going to launch Eris X? There's going to come mass marketing, TV, commercials, billboard, print, online ads. So the services and the solutions are going to be launched. We're seeing major investments happening, even from Goldman Sachs and all these guys, Mike Novogratz and so forth. And then they're going to set up their services, and then they're going to market it and drive demand and push the market back up. So I hope you understand, and I think this guy has great perspective. I think it's the key word there, where not just looking for a quick buck. Oh yeah, next month bull run. Sure, we can make some predictions here, but we have to be patient as well. It could not happen the way we think, right? But one thing's for sure, we are seeing moves by the big money. And what do I always tell you guys? Watch what the big money is doing. Will give you an indication, will tell a different story than the prices on the charts, right? That they are building it out. It's like the early 90s for the internet. Everybody's setting up and then boom, take off, right? You got Google, Amazon, and so forth. And it's going to happen much faster, I think, than in the 90s, because we are running on the internet. Blockchain runs on the internet. Technology moves faster. I think we've crossed a certain threshold of understanding of technology, and everyone is already connected with smartphones and everything. You guys understand that concept, right? It's not like we're now getting computers and the internet, right? In the 90s, it was people were still getting computers. So it was like, oh, I need to learn how to use a computer. Oh, and then on top of that, I have to learn how to navigate the internet. You don't have that issue now. Everybody has smartphones, computers, laptops, tablets. It's now just a matter of, oh, let me set up my account. I can use crypto. I can invest in this. People are already past a certain threshold of understanding. Now, they may not understand how crypto blockchain works altogether, but like I said, the learning curve is going to be, and the movement to full growth is going to be faster. So this is bullish statement here from major institution, those of you who are familiar with these guys. So they are multinational, and they provide professional services, guys, to enterprises worldwide. Obviously, I got the results here because I live near New York City. They have the results here of where they're located here in New York City. So they're big, guys. So like I said, bullish news there. Now, Gemini, very similar to Coinbase, they said here, they tweeted, buy the Cryptoverse, a basket of cryptocurrencies available on the Gemini mobile app with a single order. So the whole crypto basket or crypto package that Coinbase is doing, they're doing too. Gemini and Coinbase are very similar. I think they're very close on the Winklevoss with these guys at Coinbase, and they both don't want to list XRP because you know why? They have a huge stash of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So everyone sees through this now. I think they're still Gemini guys. Winklevoss twins are still banking on Bitcoin a lot because they own so many of them. But I think they're going to be left behind because other exchanges are moving ahead, moving forward, and you got big players coming into the market, and the competition's going to heat up. So let's see what they do. So that's the news, guys. Like I said, pull back here in the market, and also if you can retweet this, link in the description, like and retweet. And big news here that InstaREM will be piloting XRP, obviously via xRapid in Q2 of 2019. We got information here, and I hope this helps clarify what's going on. Ripple is really waiting on the regulatory clarity. That's the delay, I think, the whole entire market, not just Ripple, they've been waiting for. And I think Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, was under the expectation that we would have that regulatory clarity, but government's moving slow, guys. If you've been following crypto and you're following my channel here, the SEC only really started moving on things in like October. Remember, they released their ICO guide and this and that, and that's after a lot of these companies, Ripple, Coinbase, and so forth, started lobbying Washington D.C. politicians. So, but it is what it is. A huge acquisition by Visa, acquiring Earthport, which is a big-time Ripple, long-time Ripple partner, and big things are ahead, guys. I'm very bullish on XRP, as you know, but I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos. And I think this is some bullish news here from PricewaterhouseCoopers. So guys, what do you think about this news? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And you know, if you found this video helpful, please please share with your friends and family. And thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.